Okay, hi guys. Okay, it's been a while. I wanted to do this video for the longest time, but I want to make sure that I give a fair, after using all these reels for actually quite some time, and I want to actually give my honest opinion. All these reels were either bought with my own cash, and some were gifts. Okay, 2 reels were gifts. Okay, not from any shop or businesses, they are just gifts from friends. So I'd like to give my honest opinion on all these reels that I have used during my jet ski fishing, and then I think some of you actually will recognize some of the reels, or during my kayak days as well when I got fish, but I didn't post any of those videos. So anyway, let me get to the gist of it. Okay, all these reels I have used them for jigging, and I would recommend them for different purposes at different price point. Okay, this is my first reel that I have used for my jigging. I actually have used this to cast toman before, and this reel can really cast, but this reel is meant to cast those really big swim baits or your big top waters and stuff like that. So yeah, so I've used this reel for the longest time, I think back when it first came out. So yeah, so this reel is also probably one of my cheaper reels, and I highly recommend this reel. This reel comes in, if I'm not wrong, right now the retail is about 320 or to 330. I believe you can find this price at most shops. Okay, so I bet back then when inflation wasn't that bad, this reel only cost me 280. So I bought this reel at 280, and in fact I bought 2. Okay, but I sold one to another friend when these were hard to get again. So I actually sold one to my other friend, but I kept this because this is used. So I known a few of my friends who have multiple of these reels. Okay, so they swear by it. I would also say this is a fantastic reel at its price point. Okay, this is a Trans X 300. Okay, it has about 10 kilos of drag. This is a high speed one. I will also recommend the normal speed, the so-called the 300. This is a 300 HG. You can use the 300 as well, and try to get the one with the power handle. So this will probably be, if you're starting out in jigging, this will probably be the only reel that you need. And if price is it's an factor for you, this is the reel to get. Okay, it has everything that you need for jigging locally. Don't get me wrong. So I can put in P3 line. I think you can almost squeeze in 300 meters of line in it. If you go down lower, P2, P1.5, you can put in a ton of line in it. Okay, so but I wouldn't recommend if you are fishing like your light tackle you're using for your sagai or whatever. Probably this reel is a bit too powerful for that, and probably you need too much line or too much backing just to fill up this reel. So but if you are talking about your fishing your big groupers, your big GTs, or your reef donkeys or the big species, this reel can do it. Okay, this is a fantastic reel, but I since retired this reel because I got something similar. Okay, that I will speak about it later. So after this reel, I got this reel. Okay, this was the reel to when I just started jet ski fishing. I actually went for this reel. The reason why is because I got a sounder, right? So now my jet ski has a sounder. Previously I was fishing on people's boat. I do not use that sounder. I was fishing on a kayak. I wasn't really going that deep. I was fishing very shallow, so I didn't needed the depth. So I was looking for a reel with a depth so-called depth indicator or a line counter. So IC stands for intelligent counter, I believe. So this reel actually comes with a line counter. So this is the Saltiga IC. This is a 300 size. Okay, for my first year that I'm using it, when I was fishing for pelagics, all your sagas and everything, this reel is fantastic. Okay, the drag is more than enough, and I even landed a big grouper on this, I think, is on my YouTube channel. You can watch it as well. One of my first big grouper was on this reel. Okay, so this reel, the problem I have with this reel, and why I eventually have not really used this reel is not used so much anymore, is because I'm now targeting so-called the bigger reef fish. So I've not used this reel much anymore. But the problem with this reel that I have is the drag. Okay, this I think is only rated about 7 to 8 kilograms, and the problem is, in order to activate the 7 to 8 kilograms of drag, you have to really push. Okay, and you have to really tighten down the drag to activate the amount of power. And not only that, if you just loosen slightly, the drag becomes like, it probably drops down to way below. It's not a gradual drop, the curve is very high, you see. So you see, I can easily pull. There's not much resistance to it. Okay, so that is probably half a turn and 3 clicks to activate full drag. I cannot push it anymore, and I still can pull the line. But yes, it is a strong drag. It's just that it's not enough for big grouper or my GT when I'm fishing for them. And explain to you all why later. Okay, why I suddenly jumped to bigger reels and why I need so much drag. Okay, it's a bit of opposite of what you guys are thinking, because every reel has their specific function, and the Japanese or reel companies, when they design the reel, they have a reason behind why they put that amount of drag into it, and why they are designed specifically for that function, right? So this reel is not meant to pull up your reef donkey or something like that. It is more like more lighter tackle and fishing more medium-sized fish, targeting fish in mid-level water and stuff like that. Okay, so next comes my Boss variant. Okay, Accurate Boss variant 300. This is the best reel I've used so far. I really love this reel. Okay, I know I mentioned about this is all you need. Okay, but when I jump into the world of lever drag reels, I mean, this is a whole new category for me, on how strong it feels in your hand and how powerful the drag can be. Okay, so this pulls out, I think, about 12 to 13 kilos of drag. Okay, or more than 10. So you have seen me use this reel in all my videos. That's how much I love it. Okay, so lever drag is slightly different from your conventional star drag reels, whereby you just need to set the drag once, and you will never have to worry about the drag changing. Okay, the star drag reel, the problem with star drag reels is, it's not a problem, but it's just pros and cons. So star drag reels, you can actually adjust your drag on the fly. You can actually start out loose, heavy, and then you can, while fighting the fish, you can actually play around the drag. Lever drag reels, you can't really do that. Okay, it's only drag on and tighter and off. That's all. Okay, so you can see that there's a free, so that's your free spool, and then your strike position. Accurate has this part, when you hit the strike position, it has a click, and then you can go down to full. So you can actually set this drag to the desired drag that you want, and then this full is not exactly full, but probably about 20% more than what you set it to. Okay, on your drag, if you got a drag pressure counter, you can actually measure this, and when you go to full, it's probably about 20% more. Okay, so this reel was actually given to me by my friend Desmond. If you watch my jet ski video, you will know who he is, as my birthday gift. Okay, the reason he got me this is because he keep hearing, when I was start hitting big groupers, he was keep hearing me complaining about how this reel does not have enough drag to do the job. And then at that time, why I didn't use this reel, because this reel is kind of short already. I've used the crap out of it. I've used the crap out of it, and basically the servicing of this reel is probably like near half the price of this reel already. So there's no point in me servicing, at least I feel. So I just kept it as it is. So he bought this as a birthday gift. Thank you, Desmond. So I've used this reel for the longest time. So the problem with this reel is the price. Okay, I have a problem with the price of this reel. So this is a twin speed Boss variant. They have a single speed version. The twin speed, basically here there's a button that I can press in to activate low gear, and then there's a button here to release to reactivate the high gear. So basically high speed, this reel has dual speed. Okay, so the single speed the single speed retails for $760. Okay, then the dual speed I think is about $1,000. I have a problem with this reel with the price at first. Okay, let's be clear. I will buy this reel again if I ever need another one of this size or even a bigger size. But I'll probably buy the single speed. Okay, why I say that? Eventually, what I found out, because it was a gift, so I didn't know. But I went back to Alvin from AO, and he told me that because this reel is bought from them, it carries a 5 years warranty and 5 years 5 years of servicing. What I mean by 5 years of servicing, every year there's one free service for 5 years as long as you buy it from them. So they have 5 years every year. You have one time free servicing, parts not included, but yeah, they warranty this reel for 5 years. This is the only reel here that warranties for 5 years. So if you calculate that into cost, this reel might actually be worth it. Okay, but performance wise, this reel is fantastic. Okay, I love this reel. You will in all my videos, you always see me use this reel. Okay, the only thing I changed is I upgraded to a slow pitch jigging knob here. So far no issue for me. I like how it grips. So yeah, so lever drag rails. So where were we? So yeah, so basically once you activate the drag, it's that desired drag power straight away to the drag power that you require, and then you can activate 20 more if you know something like a really big fish and you really need to pull him off the reef or anything like that. You can actually activate 20% more power to actually turn the fish around. Okay, then after this reel, I actually got this reel because you know, sometimes you just want to spend money and then you just looking for reasons to spend money. So this was recommended by my friend Sao Chin. Okay, Sao Chin, I think he works at WFC, but he told me about this reel. It was a fight between this reel and SOM when I wanted to upgrade to another reel. Well, it's not exactly an upgrade, but I wanted to so-called fish deeper water overseas. Then I was doing my research, and then I decided to get this reel. So this is the Mavic C3. Yes, also very high drag power. Bigger, definitely way bigger reel. So it's a higher line cap. So this is actually my overseas jigging reel. Oh, it almost dropped. Okay, so this is my overseas jigging reel. I do not usually use this locally unless I really feel that there are really big fish around and I need more power, or my accurate is not available. If it's servicing or something like that, then I'll bring out this reel. Or when my other reels are not available, or my other strong reels that are not available, then I will actually bring out this reel. I seldom bring out this reel locally. I will strictly use this overseas. So yeah, it's pretty well built, pretty heavy, but pretty light for its size as well. So yeah, I use this in Phuket. I've used this in Miri, good reel so far, no issues. I think Marfix has been a legendary company, and this is the C3 new. This is a newer model, so I think previous Marfix reels do not have the one-way bearing, so you definitely have the ka sound. This doesn't have that, so this it's already it's a very modern reel already. The only thing I find that is that because the reel is so big, probably the lever here would, if it was more of an L shape towards here, I think it would be much better. But yeah, so I heard many good things about this reel before I got it, and then I just decided to get it. And at that time when I got it, Amazon was selling this at only 500 plus 500. I believe I bought this reel at $580. Okay, so I mean, to me at the time was a no-brainer, so I bought this reel, but I hardly use this anymore. At least I hardly use this locally. Okay, but I just like to showcase the reels that I use lah. So after that, when I got this reel, I think you guys know about this reel. If you guys got watch my video on me catching that GT there, that huge GT there, was on this reel. Okay, and funny enough, the only reason that I was using this reel is because my Accurate was in for servicing. So yeah, okay, so this is the Daiwa Lexa 400. Okay, I've always been looking for this reel because I watch a lot of Pelagic Pursuits video. Then the only reason why I couldn't get it any sooner is because I could not justify the price. So this reel was retailing about 500 plus locally, or even you buy from Amazon or something like that, is retailing at $500 over, which I think is too expensive. But I got this reel because of, I think last year World Fishing Center was having a clearance sale or something like that. They were selling this reel at, I believe, 180 or 190, so I just immediately grabbed it. So the only thing I changed is the power handle. So yeah, previously as a power handle as well, same as the Transex, same size, way shorter power handle. So this power handle was actually given to me by a friend who do not need it anymore, so I just grab it and use it. So yeah, so this is a monster of a reel for its size. Okay, the only reason why I don't use this reel as much, but I still love this reel, is because it's very compact. It has good line capacity. I believe I have squeezed in more than 300 meters of E3 line in here, and it's very light as well compared to others here. But this is my backup reel basically, and it can push up 13 kilos of drag. And for some reason, Daiwa, this Lexa, the activation of the drag is way more constant. So if I don't have to really crank the reel too much in order to activate that 13 kilo of power. So now it's near full head. I can barely pull it out already. So yeah, I do not really have to crank it all the way to really pull out. So if I loosen it a little bit, yeah, it's still very strong. So the drag power curve, I believe, is more even out compared to the Transex that not the Transex, then the Saltiga IC. I have to make it clear, Saltiga IC. I have not used the Saltiga 15 before, so I cannot give an opinion on that. And I have used the Ocean Jigger, the previous one, the F Custom. That has the same problem with this Saltiga IC, which is the drag pressure, the power curve is just not to my liking. It really needs you to push it to full to really activate that real drag. I mean, it's not gradual. The drag doesn't increase gradually, you see. So it can be like you can probably pull 4 kilo of drag, and then it suddenly jumps to 7 kilo or 8 kilo that they stated. There's no in between. Whereas the Lexa and the Trans-X design, for some reason the drag power is just more gradual. You know, you can increase it slowly and more power. So that's why I like the Transex and the Lexa. Okay, so comes the last reel. Okay, and this is probably the most expensive reel in my collection, and I also did not buy this reel as well. This reel was given to me by my friend. I don't know whether I should mention him, but he has given me this reel. So this reel is Seafloor control, and the name is, I believe, is pronounced Seqiz. So if I pronounce it wrongly, please forgive me. Yeah, but oh my god, this is like this is like the best of the best. This, if you really got too much money and you really want to just splurge and you want to get the best reel, best feeling reel, and yet durable, this is the reel to get. But I would not recommend it due to its price. Okay, I think this is selling about 1,152 right now, I believe so. Okay, this is made by Seafloor Control, and they only make one reel, okay, at this size, the 30 size. The 30 size, which is probably somewhere like your accurate size. Okay, you can see both these reels. This reel does not, on paper at least, does not put out as much drag as this reel, but I can definitely push it to that level if I need it to. Okay, that's the good thing about lever drag reels. Okay, it has really strong drag, buttery smooth drag. This has the best drag I have ever felt. Okay, the inertia to pull out this drag, even at high drag, right, it's crazy. You really have to go and try it. If there's ever they load up line on this reel and then you get to pull it, right, I don't know what they do to this reel, but the drag is just insane, and the feeling when you crank is just ridiculous compared to the Accurate or Mafix or to any of these reels. It's just so damn smooth. Everything is just smooth. It's just butter. This is an insane reel. I freaking love this reel. So let me at least show it. I keep saying it and then I hold it in my hands and don't show you guys. So yeah, finishing is probably not the best in terms of durability. It's a fantastic finish. You got your glossy plate here and stuff like that, but it catches your scratches and fingerprints and stuff like that. But this is a fantastic reel. I have no complaints. I have not serviced this reel yet even, and it's still smooth as hell. You have probably also seen me use this reel in some of my videos as well. Very few, because I kind of baby it in a way, because I just can't find my heart to use such an expensive reel all the time, and especially on my jet ski where water is splashing on the reel all the time. So yeah, but I absolutely love this reel. I adore this reel. If you got spare money or you got too much money and you just want to enjoy a really good reel, this is probably the reel I recommend. Okay, this retails, like I say, about 1,152, I think 1,152. So yeah, so out of all this reel, if you are a beginner and you are starting out and budget is a factor to you, I will highly recommend this reel, Transex. Okay, if you are specifically going for smaller fish like your Seqiz and all this, and you got money to spend, then you will probably go with Saltiga AC. You can even go down to the 100 size. Okay, meant more for small to mid-range fish, you know, under your 5 kilo range fish. I think this gets the job done. Okay, but the price that you pay, I don't think is worth it. This is very worth it at about $300. The Lexa, which is a good comparison to this. It's only very worth it if you can get it at a discount, or technically you can get the Tatula, which is the same exact reel, but they just use, I think, different ball bearings. I believe this is, I can't recall, don't know which one is using stainless steel ball bearings and the other one is using don't know what CRBB ball bearings or something like that. One is shielded and one is not shielded, something like that. But basically the Japanese Tatula is the same. It's the exact same reel, just that they always come with double pedal. So if you buy the Tatula, there's no power handle option. You will have to, at least I would change to a power handle lah. I do not know whether you require it, but I will always recommend a power handle. And then if you want a reel to end it all, so called spend one time, and then it's not too expensive. I mean, all these are expensive, don't get me wrong, but not at the top end range in terms of pricing, and you want a peace of mind, okay, because all these reels, some of them don't have warranty on. So like Seafloor control, I don't even know whether they have warranty, because I don't know who's the local agent. Could be Leo Heaven, so I don't know whether they got local warranty or not. Marfix I believe got 1 year warranty. There's a local agent, I think they are Sabre, and this retails for locally I think about $800. This Leo Heaven, I think I do not know what Leo Heaven selling price, but it used to be quite high due to the yen. Now the yen has fallen. I do not know what they're selling right now, but I remember I saw another shop selling at 1152. I do not want to mention which shop. Anyway, yeah, this reel is about 300 plus. Okay, the IC is about 500, 600 plus. So this reel is about, I think, 760 just now I mentioned. But consider this is a 5 years warranty reel, and you get 5 years of servicing. Every year you get one free servicing. Okay, 5 years of servicing means every year you get 1 year of servicing. So you do not need to pay for the servicing. Okay, and then parts wise you have to pay if there's any parts that are spoiled. Then other than that, 5 years of warranty, I mean, there's no company that does this. Okay, so I believe this reel you can really beat the crap out of it. You can use it however you want to use it, and no complaints so far. This is absolutely beast of a reel for its size as well, and so small. It's just so small, and it's so powerful yet so small, and it feels so solid. Okay, Marfix wise, you do not need this reel locally. Okay, this is probably more of an overseas reel, a deeper water reel. And Seqiz only is this is like your Volkswagen Golf for car, guys. It's probably your Golf, your truck, your Ford F-150 or something like that. It's just a car that will last a Toyota Hilux or whatever. This reel is just that. And then this reel is probably like your Rolls Royce, not Ferrari, Rolls Royce. Okay, it's just so smooth, so well built, just expensive. Okay, so budget wise, I would recommend this reel if you are on the lower end of the budget. If budget is a factor, if budget is not a factor for you and you just want a reel to rule it all, I think I'm talking about bigger fish, not talking about your small fish, your Saga or whatever, but your big groupers, your big GT, anything that you want to tackle in the reef. This is probably it. I would highly recommend the Accurate BB 300. Yeah, and then if you can ever get this at discount, the Lexus, I also highly recommend this. This both is basically the same reel. To me, it's the same reel. It's just different branding. It's either Daiwa or Shimano. There's not much difference to it. Yeah, if you can ever get them on a cheaper price, but at their current price, especially the Shimano, which is always at about 300 plus, I think this is the reel to get. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bonus. Okay. Before I end the video, bonus. This is not my reel. I'm only having it because my friend passed to me to take a look. Okay, this is probably like those. This reel is at this reel level but higher. So this is probably like your Rolls Royce, but brothers went to modify the reel or something like that. So this is your SOM Ota Garage. Whoa, nearly dropped it. Okay, I have never fished with this reel, so I have no opinion. I'm just telling you that this reel is also very beautiful, but the price I can never justify this reel. So I have not used this reel, so I cannot tell you how it performs, but how it feels in the hand. What's so special about this reel, I feel, is the weight. It's just way lighter. It's like the lightest reel here. It's even lighter than this 300 size reel, and this is like a 500 size reel. Maybe one day, I don't know. This I heard it retails for like $2,000, which to me is insane. It's a really well machined reel though. And I watched, I think, the Fishing Kid. Hello, Fishing Kid, if you're watching my video, I think he highly recommends Studio Ocean Mark because of the weight, and he say you can jig whole day with this reel, and how it designs and everything is fantastic, like the quick way to switch out your spools and stuff like that. I have not buy into this system yet because I still can't justify the price. Maybe one day, or if Studio Ocean Mark want to come and maybe sponsor me, or Saber Tackle wants to come and let me try the reels or whatever, but I just can't justify it. And the reason why is I'm going to tell you next on these few reels that I just started using. Okay, let me clear this. Clear this first before I show you the reel that I believe will probably eventually be the it reel for me, not locally but overseas. Locally, because our deepest depth is only about 40-50 meters, so we do not require such a big reel. So like this is just this is probably too big for local, but okay. The reason why I did not buy into this system is because if I'm looking to doing deep drop or anything above 150 meters, I've gone to this. So this is an electric reel. Okay, not too much experience yet. I've used it twice, once in Phuket and once in Miri. Performs exceptional, perfect. And because of this, I'm no longer afraid about using going deeper waters to jig and stuff like that. So yeah, I can't really review this reel. I'm just showing you this reel that I believe will probably be my deep water jigging reel, and it's probably the reason why I haven't bought into more deep water jigging reels. And then also recently I just got this in Japan. I just came back from Okinawa. So this is the Beastmaster 600, and I really got it at a really good price. I got it at about, I think, 68,000 yen, which I believe is very cheap. Yeah, I'll probably be using this in my upcoming trip overseas as well. So you can see it's a different size. So this is probably for me to aim something more than 200 meters, and then this is probably for me to aim something more than 100 meters, and I'll probably start using this. So yeah, just a bonus. I can't give too much review on them because I have not used them long enough. I want to give a fair and honest opinion on the equipment that I use before I review them. But just a bonus clip for you guys to show you all some of the reels that come across my table. Yeah, so yeah, really beautiful though. Can I ever justify? I don't know. Okay, so I actually realized I have not told you the reason why I changed from star drag reels to lever drag reels, and why I think and why I changed to so-called more powerful reels. So okay, why maybe like the IC does not work well for my type of fishing. So basically you must understand that when the Japanese, they design the reels that are meant for slow jigging and slow fall and their jigging scenarios, they are actually fishing at deeper water. And usually when you're fishing at deeper water, especially past the 80-meter mark or 100-meter mark, usually there's no reef. And when you are fishing for like tuna, smaller tunas, not small, smaller tunas, or your other pelagic species, or your other species that you are fishing at deeper waters, you actually do not need that much drag. Okay, you because that, firstly, there's no reef when the sunlight doesn't penetrate that deep, so there's no reef, therefore there's no obstacle, therefore you do not need that much drag to actually prevent the fish from reefing you. That's what I'm trying to I'm not saying that like the ICs, the ocean jiggers, the Saltiga star drag reel, they are no good. It's just not for me. The reason being is because we in Singapore, our maximum depth is probably like 50 meters. Okay, and most of these areas that we fish at has a lot of obstacle. At least the place that I fish at has very a lot of obstacles, and I fish at the depth of only like 20 meters. And if I go grouper, the maximum depth that I go for at the area that I fish for is maximum 40 meters. So there is still reef, okay, and there's soft coral, hard coral. Sometimes there are some hard coral, but at 40 meters, more likely soft coral, and you have ferns and stuff like that. Have the sea coral fern, you know. So I need that drag power. I need that power gear in order to actually pull or turn the fish around. Okay, and even then, when I have these powerful reels in my arsenal, so like this and this, the Lexa at 13 kilo, this also probably rated around there 10 or 12 kilo. Even that at full lock drag, I sometimes cannot pull them up, or I cannot turn them around. You have seen clips on my TikTok or whatever, I burst leaders that 100 pound, 80 pound. I burst my main line before many times as well. So that is why I decided to change for more powerful reel, because of the depth that I'm fishing at. Okay, it is very controversial, not say controversial, but it's kind of opposite of what you guys are thinking. People think that shallow water, by right, when you are choosing your jigging reel, you're supposed to go by your line cap on how deep you are fishing at, therefore you need how big of a reel. So if you're going deeper, you need a bigger reel because you need that line cap. But in my scenario, where we are fishing shallower waters, you actually need a more powerful reel. Okay, you don't need that line cap, but you do need the power, the drag power and the cranking power to actually turn the fish around. So that is also why I feel this is the perfect reel locally. And then these two as well, if you get to choose them. And I felt like the reels like your Osha Jigger, your Saltiga Star Drag, and your Saltiga ICs, I do not think they are up to the task. I cannot comment on Ocean Conquest. I have never used them. Desmond probably used them a lot, but to some success and some failures as well. So I can really tell you it's the opposite. Okay, so when you're fishing shallow water, you do know that you need that power. That is why I have converted to such heavy, so-called heavy tackle for what I'm doing, to a great success rate. That's why I continue using them. So okay, I also forget to mention, I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube. So if you guys can hit 1,000 subscribers for me. So just click on the subscribe button below. It's free. Just click it. I'm actually gonna give away this reel. Okay, I will service this reel before I give it away. Exterior, there's probably some scratches here and there, but after servicing, this reel should be perfect. So just help me hit 1,000 subscriber and I'll actually give away this reel. Condition on the giveaway, I have not decided yet. You guys just help me get your family members or whatever, use their account, click subscribe on them or whatever. Help me hit 1,000 subscriber, I'm going to give away this reel to one of you, one of the subscriber. Or maybe even TikTok, if you guys whichever hit first, but my TikTok is 3,000 followers so far. TikTok I need 10,000, so depending on which okay, how about this, if my TikTok hit 10,000, I'll give away the TikTok first. If my YouTube hit 1,000, I'll give away to any one of the YouTube subscriber. How about that? But I will think of the conditions and then I'll let you guys know. So yeah, do hit the subscribe button. Hope you guys like this video and I will see you guys again. Ciao.